Looks like Stephanie Cron is going to enter, number 18. The redshirt junior from Paradise Valley, Arizona, making just her 9th appearance this year. She's on the left side of midfield. Out on the right is DiMartino, and then Adams and Cheney are up top. For the Ducks, Chatfield is still in net. Tharp, Dobrinsky, Sweeney, and Gardner in the back. Cameron re-enters behind Mansfield in the middle. Oster and Newton on the wings. And then Smith and Garbutt up top. So the Ducks reverting to their starting 11. UCLA with the changes there as Cron gets in. And we're underway here in the second half in Eugene, Oregon, and UCLA scoreless. Bruins in the wide, Oregon the green. That ball was for Cheney, taken away. Oster now for Oregon. And now Darcy Gardner a chance to clear. John Strong with you here on GoDucks.com. Pleasure to be calling this game this evening. Tonight's game being telecast on a delayed basis on the OSN television network. You can watch it tomorrow at 5. It'll also be available on demand and available on demand on the Ozone at GoDucks.com. That ball from Oster rolls through harmlessly to Valerie Henderson. The rain is pretty much stopped here. It was pouring towards the end of the half, and now not much of it coming down, just the slightest of drizzles. Giveaway there from Henderson. Garbutt has it all the way on the right. Almost loses her footing. Now going to send it in. That's too far for Tiffany Smith. Crashing from the back was Newton, but it got by her as Davis missed the header away. Now the two number 9s in the corner. Newton back in, but an easy clearance chance there for Catherine Calvert. Cameron the header in the air. DiMartino tracking back, and she brings it down. Dobrinsky able to poke it away there from Cheney, but in doing so, commits the foul. 47th minute. And we're still scoreless between Oregon and UCLA. Lindstrom plays it early for Adams, but that'll roll through to Jesse Chatfield. Chatfield had 2 saves to make in the first half. One was a shot down at her feet. She spilled a rebound, but Sweeney was able to clear after it skipped up off the wet surface. The other, on a free kick from Cheney, had to deflect it up over the crossbar. Valerie Henderson had 1 save to make in the first half, and that was going down to her left to stop at a Cole Garvin shot, which was probably going to go wide of the goal if she didn't stop it. Long clearance from Henderson. Cheney brings it down for DiMartino. Has Adams up to the right instead, trying to go back for Cheney. Dobrinsky there. Needed to be solid, and it was. She was able to clear as far as Newton. And now clearance from Sweeney to the midfield. Calvert in the middle, drops it off for Lindstrom. Lindstrom for Adams and turns. Tharp is the defender. Tanisha Adams, left-footed shot, took a deflection chance in front as Cheney was charging, but Chatfield is out to get it. Ducks did a good job in that first half of not letting themselves get stuck in their own end too much. Not falling into the rhythm of clearing touches from the defenders and trying to chase forward, actually trying to possess the ball. Now I just need to turn that into chances at the other end and potentially a goal, but of course they've got to be solid defensively as well. Cheney wanted a foul, was manhandled by Dobrinsky, but our referee tonight, Ali Mohebi, says that's just fine. Flicked on header from Garbutt. One down kind of awkwardly there by Wilmoth. Blocked by Garbutt, though. Chance to run. Calvert got it, or Hardy got a touch. Wanted a handball from Garbutt, but it was all legal. In the end, the Bruins able to get it clear. Lindstrom now for Tanisha Adams. Not the first touch she wanted. Couldn't turn with it, but DiMartino on the overlap run. Has Cheney in the box. Trying to cut around Sweeney, but Sweeney gets a block, and Tharp is able to clear it up to Allison Newton. The game really opening up here. End-to-end stuff right now. Early in the second half of a scoreless game. Tiffany Smith into the space for Darcy Gardner. Has a little bit of time to think about it. Cheney's not going to bother chasing her. Gardner, that's a poor ball for Nicole Garvin. And back to get it is Stephanie Cron. But miscommunication and an Oregon throw. 49th minute. Ducks trying to build the pressure here. Gardner thrown in for Jen Cameron. Played the Bruins 2 years ago, missed last season due to injury. Slips it through. It'll roll through harmlessly to Henderson. Clearance from Henderson. Sweeney a touch. It'll run out. Nicole Garvin, the only current Oregon Duck to score a goal against the Bruins. It came in 2003. She scored twice in the Ducks' 3-2 overtime loss. Christina DiMartino. Lauren Cheney trying to turn. Oster breaks it up. Lindstrom is charging, but Gardner able to get it clear. That hops over Calvert. Garvin brings it down and looks for some support. It comes through. Darcy Gardner. Not a good touch, though, but able to win it right back off Cron. But then give it away. Tanisha Adams has 2 goals against the Ducks all time, 1 in each of the last 2 years. Briston Davis, playing as a back tonight, has a goal and 2 assists in her time. Lauren Cheney now trying to get her first. Sends it in Chatfield. Misjudging it at first and has it settled and able to win that ball. Davis played the first 2 years here as a forward before dropping back to be the right back. And now this is her with possession. Has options. Davis wants this one herself. Has the attacking instincts, but not the accuracy on the shot. And it's out for a goal kick. We're in the 51st minute. Valerie Henderson didn't play against the Ducks last year. It was the only game she missed all year, but shut the Ducks out in 2004. Now her counterpart, Jessie Chatfield, with the goal kick. Lindstrom, as she does often, winning the header, but Oster's back to get it. One down here by Calvert. She'll chase forward, a heavy touch, and Gardner will clear long. And now it's kick and chase stuff. Garvin flicks on, but Smith wasn't making the run, and Henderson is able to clear. Lindstrom has got at least 3 or 4 inches on pretty much everyone on the field, except maybe Nicole Dobrinsky and Nicole Garvin. That ball is trying to get to Newton. She's in a chase there, but Davis able to get to it first and knock it into touch. Ducks will pour some numbers forward here. Danielle Sweeney runs to the touchline to get some instruction from Mike Smith, Oregon's associate head coach. Trying to make sure a freshman left back is doing what she's supposed to. Thrown in there towards Mansfield. It actually comes off the corner flag and stays in play. And Lindstrom is able to play it off Mansfield for a throw. So Lindstrom getting bailed out there by the corner flag. Otherwise, that may have been a corner kick for the Ducks. In the end, it's a throw for UCLA. Header up in the air from Newton. Mansfield flicks it towards Tiffany Smith, but it's cleared by Davis, only as far as Oster. Cameron trying to go in the space for Darcy Gardner. It was behind her, and now Cheney is charging over. This time she's playing defense. Gardner, service in. Garvin off the chest. Mansfield can't run around it to get a shot off. Into the space for Darcy Gardner. Chance of sending it again. Instead trying to play it short for Oster, but that was the wrong angle, and it's a UCLA throw. 53rd minute of a scoreless game, and this is what Oregon wants. Keep the ball in the UCLA half. Allow the defenders a chance to rest. And obviously, you can't score if you don't have the ball. Ducks are banking on that right now. Garvin, a chance to block it there. Still loose in front. Hardy was there. It's cleared out by Davis. Nervous stuff by the UCLA backline. Ducks now with their 3rd corner kick of the match. Danny Oster over to take it. Sweeney will trot that way as well. 5 in the box for the Ducks. A 6th, the Darcy Gardner lurking just outside the area. This will be Danielle Sweeney to take it. Sweeney, service in, header away there by Cook. First there is Dobrinsky. And that's out off of DiMartino for an Oregon throw. Ducks really building the pressure here, but can they at least force Valerie Henderson into a save, if not beat her? Gardner takes her time to settle it. Now Oster running towards the corner, working on Cron. Service in, Cook brings it down, and again, it's just cleared into touch. Gardner to throw it in. Garvin down off the chest. Nice step over here, chance to serve it in. Working on Cook, and that's out for a goal kick. Couldn't get her foot all the way around the ball. Just about to enter the 55th minute of play. Oregon and UCLA scoreless. Ducks doing a good job here in the opening moments of the second half to keep the ball in the Bruins' half of the field. But again, Valerie Henderson has not had to do much tonight. That goal kick, won by Dobrinsky. Smith was trying to flick it up over her head. In the end, it just went the other way. She and Lindstrom both go down. Ducks want a foul. They'll get it. And a free kick for Oregon. Bruins have a player getting loose on the far side. Can't quite see who that is. Maybe Michelle Gleason. Jen Cameron now, the free kick for Oregon. 35 minutes to go in this game. Cameron into the box, and Henderson off a short hop. Confident stuff from her. Makes it look easy. And she's able to clear. DiMartino. Bruins had so many numbers back, it's going to take them a while to build up the pressure, but given away by Denisha Adams there. Tiffany Smith for Oregon. Mansfield, pressure from behind by Lindstrom, forces it free. Now DiMartino running forward. She gets around Jen Cameron. Has options to both sides. Cheney's in front of her. DiMartino wants it on her left. The shot is blocked by Dobrinsky. Still lose a chance for Cheney, but it's cleared by Newton. And now Mansfield for Oregon. Nice combination work with Jen Cameron. Garvin's all the way in front of her. Tiffany Smith further back. Stood up, though. Nice sliding challenge by Briston Davis to win the ball. Took the player and the ball there. DiMartino in a battle with Newton. Central ball for Calvert. UCLA looking a bit nervous here in possession across their back line. Forcing some touches. Not looking as calm and composed as they were earlier in this game. Stephanie Cron, second half substitute. In towards Adams. Dobrinsky wins the header. Cameron the second. Calvert now will send DiMartino to the corner where she's in a foot race with Sweeney. DiMartino there. Under 20 Youth International. Working on the freshman defender for Oregon. Loses her footing though. And then commits the foul. DiMartino, one of the 13 Bruins in the active playing roster who have spent at least some time with a youth national team. And she, in fact, was one of the handful of players to go to Russia this past August for the Under-20 World Championships, where she played for the United States. Restart from the Ducks here. We're in the 57th minute, and we're still scoreless. Both teams preparing changes here. Not going to come just yet. Thrown back in. Allison Newton trying to settle against the touchline. Has it taken away. Smith crashing in but can't take it. And now long ball. Lauren Cheney trying to run. Chatfield will stay at home. Thought about coming out. And then Cheney slips and falls in the wet turf. The rain has stopped, but it's still awfully wet out there on the field. And now this is Sweeney. Garvin. Turn and face. Has options. Goes for Allison Newton on the left, but it's too far in front of her. And it runs out for a UCLA throw. And now here come the changes. Stacy Lindstrom will exit the match. And number 24, it is indeed the senior from Lake Forest, California, Michelle Gleason to come on. She had an assist in the game against the Ducks back in 2004. And now she's on here in the 58th minute. Teresa Bounds ready to come on for Oregon. Here's Denisha Adams, though, for UCLA. Trying to go for Cron. Top of the box. Slips it off here. Pushing up is Wilmoth. Wilmoth into the area. Chatfield out to get it and has it comfortably. So the Ducks are going to try to inject a little more offense onto the field when they bring on Teresa Bounds. Most likely replacing Jen Cameron. We'll see when it actually comes, though. Mansfield for Cameron. Under pressure. Gets it wide for Darcy Gardner. Ball up the wing. Garvin. Trying to turn and face here. Cook is the defender. Great stuff from Nicole Garvin. Serves it in towards Smith. And a fight there with Davis. Now Oster top of the box. Gardner is going to go to the corner. Oster cuts it inside. Didn't know she could turn. Garvin wants it on her right. She'll shoot, and that's going to be high and wide in the upper left corner. That all coming in the 59th minute. Here comes Teresa Bounds, and it's going to be instead for Rhianna Mansfield. So a straight swap there for attacking midfielders. Bounds in for the second time tonight. Freshman from Redmond. Hasn't scored a goal this year. More of a passing attacking midfielder. Also a change for UCLA. Coming off is Stephanie Cron, and re-entering is, well, entering for the first time, I should say, is Lauren Switzer, freshman from St. Charles, Illinois. Played with the under-17s of the 2005 Adidas Cup and has recently been in camp with the under-21 national team. Switzer, two-time Youth All-American. Henderson, ball one down by Newton, but taken away by Gleason. Now wide for Davis. Long ball towards Adams. Dobrinsky is going to run towards the corner. She's in a battle now to win it back. Adams throws a shoulder right in front of the linesman here. Those two getting very physical, and Adams is taken down there. That was a rugby tackle. And a free kick for the Bruins. And now UCLA is going to push just about everyone forward here. Ducks will drop everyone back. They'll leave two behind here. Play like a corner kick. It's Briston Davis to take it from the far side. We've just crossed the hour mark in Eugene. We're still scoreless, at least for now. Davis into the box here. Header down. That was by Switzer. But it was nowhere near the goal. And it's cleared up the line here by Oregon. Gardner, not a good touch. He's had to play it out. So Switzer, her first touch was a chance on goal, but spun off her forehead and went wide. Thrown in for Calvert. Puts it out of play. He gets a few jeers from the Oregon fans. 61st minute, an hour in the book. A half hour left, and Oregon and UCLA are scoreless. A lot can happen here. Tharpa clearance now. Too tall for both Garbin and Cook. Cook wanted a foul call. They're not going to get it. Wilmoth drops it back, and the Bruins will keep the ball. Interesting to see if the Ducks take a more defensive posture as the game goes on and maybe start to try to hold out for a draw this evening. Of course, they have to go through overtime first. DiMartino now in for Cheney. Drops it off. Adams broken up by Oster. And now Sweeney will be able to get it out. Newton was knocked down after she cleared it. And it's a free kick for the Ducks. It was Christina DiMartino committing the foul. Ducks right now a pretty neutral alignment. Not any extra emphasis on attack or defense. We'll see how that changes as the match goes on. May depend on if there's a goal and who scores it. Cameron looking for options here. Plays it long to no one in particular, except for Valerie Henderson. UCLA right now, according to the scoreboard, out shooting Oregon 10-8. Ducks with 3 corner kicks to the Bruins 1. Switzer, inside ball there. Adams had it broken up and taken away. Gardner towards the corner. Cook and Garbin in a foot race. Cook there first, clears into touch. Lydia Cook, the freshman defender from Acampo, California. Gardner throws it back in towards Garbin. Now Oster on her left, sends it across the top of the box. Bounce, can't bring it down. Newton on the left. Wins it down onto her left. Around a second defender, Davis. Newton, tight angle shot. Oh, it's a goal! Allison Newton from the tightest of angles. And it's 1-0 Oregon. '63rd minute. It looked like a cross. It was played like a cross. It wasn't a cross. Upper right-hand corner past Valerie Henderson. Ducks up a goal. Cheney, early ball in, over the top. Newton, her 5th goal of the year. She scored 2 weeks ago to tie the game against Oregon State, and it set off rapturous celebrations on the Oregon bench and in the stands here. Tara Erickson told me last night if the Ducks score a goal, they will drop to a 4-5-1 and play very defensive. Let's see what they do here now that they have it. Potentially 27 minutes away from a miraculous upset victory, but a lot of work to do, and UCLA will have their tails up. Ball over the top for Nicole Garbin. Trying to bring it down to herself off the head. In a fight there with Davis, knocks it down. Free kick. What a shocking goal that was from Allison Newton. Had to bring it down around 2 defenders. The last was Briston Davis. Ran towards the corner and slipped it in there over Henderson's hand and into the net. Christina DiMartino, though, for UCLA, trying to get the equalizer. Broken up by Jen Cameron. That ball was behind her, but Tharp able to clear. And the Ducks have dropped to a 4-5-1. They're going to pull Tiffany Smith back in the midfield here. Look for Rihanna Mansfield to re-enter at some point soon. Garber will play alone up top for the time being. Out to the left side. This is going to be Switzer. Got it from Wilmoth. Switzer in towards Adams. Not a good first touch. It skipped off her foot. It's cleared by Dobrinsky. Smith lays it off for Cameron. And now Newton's in space. Allison Newton trying to run. Slips it through for Garvin. It was behind her, though. Broken up there by Cook. Tharp stepping all the way forward to win the ball. Smith, though, a poor touch. And the Ducks heads in hand on the... Yes, heads in hand. That was the right way to say it, on the bench. In frustration that they couldn't make anything of that. Wilmoth now. UCLA all the pressure after the goal. Calvert back towards the corner. Switzer wasn't making the run. Darcy Garner clearance only as far as Wilmoth. Sends it in towards Denisha Adams. It skips by her, though. In for Jessie Chatfield, and she'll milk a few seconds off the clock here until the Bruins realize it and charge, and now Cheney does, and Chatfield will pick it up. '65th minute, Oregon 1, UCLA 0. A booming punt from Jessie Chatfield. Cameron just knocks it into space there on the left. It'll run all the way out. And now the Bruins will make a change. Catherine Calvert will come off. Stacy Lindstrom will re-enter. An imposing presence up in the air. Inserted back in the game here with her team down a goal. Cheney brings it down, now turns and faces Jen Cameron. Over the top for Adams, flicked on by Tharp. Up in the air from Darcy Gardner and out for a corner kick. That was very dangerous. Second corner kick of the match now for the Bruins. Comes in the 66th minute. Just a light and misty rain falling here. All the Duck players on the far side standing up, as are the Bruins on the bench area. All the action in the Oregon 18-yard box here. Davis plays it short, takes a second touch, though. That's a violation. A free kick for Oregon. And a mistake there by Briston Davis. She was trying to drop it short there to DiMartino. Didn't put enough on it. Came to take a second touch. I just don't think she thought it through all the way because, of course, you can't do that. And Oregon now a free kick and a chance to clear. And Dobrinsky, who's got the strongest leg of the back four, will drop back to take this one. Up the wing, Tiffany Smith loses possession, wins it back off Lindstrom. Now Bounds just knocks it long here. You'll see a lot of that. Ducks will just knock it long, try to have Garvin run on. Anderson plays back for Hardy. Now up for Cheney. Broken up. Teresa Bounds for Oregon. Back for Newton. Nice touch. She's got the goal for Oregon tonight. Trying to switch here for Danny Oster, pushing up the right. And she'll have some time to think about it once she corrals this ball. Switzer charging to play defense. Darcy Gardner in support. She's got it now. Cameron wants it central. She'll get it. Jen Cameron trying to slip it through there. Popped in the air by Lindstrom. Maybe should have taken a shot from that distance. Back into the box. Desperate clearance from Wilmoth there. All the way to the far side. Newton knocks it back in. Smith flicks it on, but to no one. And now Switzer for UCLA. Wilmoth taken away by Gardner. Not a solid first touch. And Bounds header goes right to Gleason. DiMartino. Lindstrom. Over the top for Cheney. One a moment to Brinsky. Gets around her. Gets pulled down. That's going to be a free kick, and we may see a card here on Nicole Dobrinsky. And it just depends if the referee interprets her as the last offender or not. And is she not going to get a card? That is a surprise. I thought she pulled Cheney down intentionally. Dobrinsky got a red card in the opening game this year. May have gotten away with one there, but still a free kick in a great position. Right at the top of the D for the Bruins. Lauren Cheney is over it. They're down a goal in the 69th minute. Denisha Adams there as well. 4 on the wall for Oregon. Waiting for the whistle. Here it comes. Cheney blocked by the wall. She lost her footing there. She came to take it. That's why it came out low. Dropped off here for Wilmoth. And taken away, Danny Oster the other way. Wilmoth is down behind the play. Got stepped on by Dylan Tharp. will play on, though. Ducks don't see it. Oster has no idea Wilmoth is down. That's why she's not playing it out, and the referee appropriately whistles the play dead. Stops the clock with 21:28 to go, but that is the sporting thing to do. And Oster, likely, had she known Wilmoth was down, would have played it out. Just had no idea because she was so quick to chase up the field. I think Wilmoth just got stepped on there by Dylan Tharp, who tracks back to apologize. And the freshman defender from Garland, Texas, will walk off. A number of changes coming here. The Ducks will bring off Allison Newton. Well, no, never mind. They don't bring her off. She was just going to get some water. She high-fived Sweeney on the way, which is what they do when they sub, but no change on that one. Bruins have two in the wings. Blake Zerboni is one. Her sister McCall is the other. Neither have come on just yet, though. Bruins will drop the numbers back. Catherine Calvert, though, has re-entered. So Calvert will be on here for Wilmoth. Free kick for the Ducks. In the 69th minute. Jen Cameron will be the one to take this, most likely. Bruins will save the other two substitutions for the next chance. Tharp will trot over to give Cameron some instructions here on where she wants this ball. A line of 5 green shirts across the top of the box. And now Cameron to restart play. Plays it short. Nicole Garvin, edge of the area, not a good first touch, and it's broken up there by Switzer. Cheney, tug of the shirt from Garvin, able to clear. Header from Sweeney. Tharp wins it down. It's a foot race now. Teresa Bounds first there, in with her left, too much on it. Up over the top. And now here come the changes for the Bruins. Looks like the Zerboni sisters will make a tandem entrance here. Blake and McCall. It's going to be Gleason coming off for McCall Zerboni. Lauren Switzer coming off for Blake Zerboni. Blake will take the left side of midfield. McCall will drop back near Lindstrom towards the center, at least for this free kick. And Lindstrom wins the header in the air. Oster. Garvin trying to settle here under pressure. Now she's got it. Pulled down from behind by Lindstrom. Free kick for the Ducks here. UCLA can't afford to give up a second. Just over 20 minutes to go here in the game. They're down 1-0. Cameron is over it. Tanisha Adams is right in front of her. 5 across the top of the box for Oregon. Cameron now has them line up the way she wants. Chips into the backside. Header away there by the Bruins. That was Davis. Sweeney for Newton. Cuts inside. Nice touch there. Newton having a great match right now. Has the shot blocked. Tiffany Smith. First there. Shoots with the left. Has it blocked by Cook. And the Bruins will clear. Good desperate defensive work there by Lydia Cook. And now Davis up ahead for DiMartino. Sweeney is there first. Under 20 minutes to go. We're in the 71st minute. Oregon 1, UCLA 0. Allison Newton unassisted in the 63rd minute from a tight angle in the box. Beating Valerie Henderson, giving the Ducks the lead. Lindstrom, Tanisha Adams, chance to turn. DiMartino on the right, has options, charging into the box. Dobrinsky comes to help, and good aggressive stuff from her. As DiMartino put it too far in front, and DiMartino, in fact, got the last touch. It's an Oregon throw. Ducks will take all the time they can on these restarts here. Trying to milk the clock as much as possible. Taken away, though, by Lindstrom. Sends it in. Flicked onto the back post by Cheney. It'll roll through for a goal kick. UCLA last gave up a goal 2 weeks ago against Arizona State. Henderson kept clean sheets last weekend against the Washington schools. And lost hers after an hour tonight. Chatfield now the goal kick. Oster got a flick to it, but so did Zerboni. Now DiMartino has Briston Davis making a run, instead cuts inside. Tanisha Adams fighting with Dobrinsky. Very physical player, Adams, and runs through. The shot is wide. And it's another goal kick, and Tanisha Adams, certainly a fiery player, getting really frustrated right now. UCLA have been shut out once this year. It was September 22nd. They lost 3-0 at Santa Clara. That was their last loss. That was 10 games ago. Throw for Oregon here. As you heard there, Arizona and Washington tied at 2. And a pretty irrelevant result for these two teams right now. DiMartino stood up there by Dylan Tharp. Long ball. Garvin trying to run on. Cook is the defender closest to her. Also there is Hardy. Central ball too far in front of Smith. Blocks the attempted clearance from Calvert. Second time gets it forward. Now the Ducks got to track back and play some defense here. They push forward the numbers real quickly there. Cheney will turn in the midfield. Chips for DiMartino running towards the corner. Adams in the box. DiMartino working on Sweeney. Tharp there in cover. DiMartino spins it back, puts it on her left, into the box, header away by Jen Cameron. Tiffany Smith draws a foul. Push there by Aaron Hardy. 74th minute. Oregon 1, UCLA 0. Dobrinsky's long clearance will skip off the wet turf. And it'll actually stay in play. Davis gives it away for Tiffany Smith. Smith being urged forward here by Garvin. Nicole Garvin now in the box. Loses her footing. And UCLA a chance to bring it up the field. Lindstrom. Now for McCall Zerboni. Long ball. Adams in a chase here with Dobrinsky. Chatfield is out. Adams a great touch. And it's off the outside of the post. Holy smokes. Adams, a brilliant play there to get a touch onto that one over Chatfield, and it just clicked off the outside of the right post, but a great chance in the 75th minute. Oregon will now replace Allison Newton with Rihanna Mansfield. They're really going to pack it in here defensively now. For UCLA, Lauren Wilmoth re-enters here for Briston Davis as the right back. UCLA getting more attacking minded here. Chatfield's clearance. We'll see what the Ducks' alignment is now. They take out their left midfielder for a central midfield player. This is Blake Zerboni. Gets around Dobrinsky. Ducks defending in flocks here, to coin a phrase. Adams off the left, trying to get around Oster. Oster blocks the attempted centering ball. Corner kick for the Bruins, their third of the match. A quarter hour left to play. Ducks up by 1 here. And they'll pack all 10 field players into their own 18-yard box. Tanisha Adams trotting over to take this. Lydia Cook, rather, as well. Actually, that's Christina DiMartino. I take it back. Played short for DiMartino. Into the box. Back post. Brought down awkwardly. A chance, a shot blocked by Tharp. Second effort. That's over the top from Lauren Wilmoth. Lauren Wilmoth there with the effort. Just over 14 minutes to go. Ducks playing kick and chase defending here. Calvert got by DiMartino over Cheney, although she intercepts the attempted clearance from Tharp. Cheney will turn. 14 goals in 14 games. That shot is off target again, losing her footing. UCLA really pouring on the pressure now. Ducks are trying to push Tiffany Smith back up top, along with Nicole Garvin, to give her some support. Try to get this ball in the UCLA half for a bit. Take some time off the clock, give their defense a rest. Chatfield, not as much on that one. Didn't go to where the bodies were. Calvert picks it up, plays it long. Chatfield out to get it, and she has it on a hop. Jessie Chatfield, 12 shutouts in less than 2 years. It's an Oregon career record. This one would be the most important if she can keep it. Poor punt on that time, though. Adams, the header for DiMartino, gets around Sweeney, who slipped and fell. Zerboni in for Cheney. Cheney's in the box, a chance to tie it off the crossbar. Had Chatfield beat. Chatfield went low. Cheney went high. And in the end, denied by the woodwork when a goal looked certain. Still a chance for the Bruins, though. DiMartino running through. Into the box. Runs for Zerboni. Oh, it's an own goal. It came off an Oregon player, I think, but UCLA has tied it. Attempted clearance there from Darcy Gardner. Came off someone. It's a goal for UCLA. They've tied the game. And it happened in the flash of an eye. 78th minute. And I'm not sure who they're going to give that to. Gardner had the clearance out. It either came off one of the UCLA players, perhaps Cheney, or it came off one of the Oregon defenders, perhaps Dobrinsky. Tiffany Smith is off. Melissa Buick is on. The freshman from Alamo, California, hasn't played much in recent weeks, but she's on now. Also a change for the Bruins. Christina DiMartino is off. And let's see who's just come on. That's Stephanie Cron to re-enter. So we'll see who they give that goal to, though. Just an unfortunate deflection for the Ducks, or fortunate for UCLA, but either way, it's tied the game at 1 with under 13 minutes to go. Dobrinsky now for Danny Oster. Oster running forward. In for Garmin. Henderson is out to take it. A reminder, if we're tied after 90, we'll play as many as 20 minutes of sudden death soccer to find a winner. If we can't get a goal, then it'll go down as a draw. Ducks went to overtime last against Oregon State 2 weeks ago at home. They won that one 2-1 on a Nicole Garmin goal. Buick getting involved for the first time tonight. Gardner came off of Zerboni. No handball, says our referee, Ali Mohabi. It was inadvertent from Cameron, but her pass for bounds is taken away. And now here comes Denisha Adams and the UCLA Bruins. Cheney is in front of her. Goes for, flicked on, but a harmless ball in towards Chatfield. Still haven't heard for sure who they've given that goal to. For UCLA, they may be debating this one for a while. May have to go back and look at the tape to see who it came off. Free kick for the Ducks now, though. Tug of the shirt on the midfield. We're in the 79th minute, tied at 1. The number 3 team in the nation, the UCLA Bruins, against the Pac-10's biggest surprise story this year, third place Oregon. Picked to finish last by the conference's coaches. Jen Cameron to serve this one in. Into the box, Buick had a part of that header, fighting to get it back now. Instead, it's Hardy for Blake Zerboni, and the Bruins bring it out. Poor touch from Adams. Cameron knocks it forward, but again to no one in particular. Now the Bruins will pour the numbers forward. That's Wilmoth. Now Cheney, who's dropped back in the midfield to get possession. Cheney running through the defense, slips it through. Flag stays down, no one making a run. And Chatfield will drop back to take this one. And I can still hear down to my left, they're still debating who that came off last. I think they're going to give it to Blake Zerboni is what I'm hearing. So provisionally, Blake Zerboni has been given the goal in the 78th minute. Didn't know much about it, didn't have to. Clicked off her legs as much as anything. Here's her twin sister McCall, though, in possession. Slips it through for Cheney. A chance for Cheney. Great save by Chatfield. Just got in front of it as Darcy Gardner's attempted clearance came off of Cheney. Cheney dumped to the turf there at the end of that one, appealing for a whistle from the referee, and should be hard-pressed to get a penalty kick call in a situation like this, under 10 minutes to go. But a corner kick for the Bruins, their 4th of the game. This is Wilmoth to take it. Into the near post. Popped in the air. Chatfield able to snatch it out of the air and keep it in play. So provisionally, Blake Zerboni, the sophomore from San Clemente, California, her first goal of the year in the 78th minute to tie this game. Just was in the right place at the right time. But as they say in goal-scoring, positioning can be everything. Gardner, poor ball for Oster. Flicks the header in the air. Cameron with Adams charging. Just use your hips to win the ball. Under 9 minutes to go. Oregon 1, UCLA 1. Not the scoreline most people would have predicted before we started tonight. Lindstrom on a giveaway in the midfield, gives it right back to the Ducks. Darcy Gardner plays it long. Garvin working on Cook. Will turn and face. Going this one alone right now. Now for Mansfield. Broken up by Lindstrom. Who's going to get there first? It's Sweeney. Back in towards Buick. Trying to settle with her back to goal, but it's cleared back to Sweeney. Buick again. Now this is going to be Allison Newton. Service into the box. Garvin a header. It's right to Henderson. 8 minutes to go. Henderson's clearance. Flicked on by Denisha Adams. Cheney going to try to run here with Dobrinsky. Dobrinsky pops it in the air to herself. And now the Ducks, well, that's maybe not the best idea to pass it around along the defensive line in a situation like this, but they get away with it that time. Lindstrom. Adams had to slide for it. Dobrinsky wins it. Bruins with 2 changes, preparing to enter, I should say. Taken away. Here comes Wilmoth the other way. Comes off of Sweeney. Cuts back inside. Now for Buick. Mansfield. And some possession here for the Ducks. Danielle Sweeney's been pushing up an awful lot tonight from the left back position. Cuts around one defender. Garvin. Mansfield. Return ball. Zerboni. A pressured clearance, but gets it away. Cheney knocked down by Darcy Gardner. Will play on. Into the box. Too much on that from Darcy Gardner. And Henderson there to get it with no undue fuss. We're crossing into the 84th minute now. 7 minutes to play. Bruins out shooting the Ducks 17-12 tonight. But 1 goal apiece. Allison Newton for Oregon in the 63rd. 15 minutes later, it was Blake Zerboni. Got in front of an attempted clearance, knocked it into the net. Cheney wide here for the goal scorer, Zerboni. Plays it off at Darcy Gardner for a throw. And now here come the changes for the Bruins. Cron will come off, as will Blake Zerboni. Entering will be Briston Davis, comes back in. And Christina DiMartino will re-enter as well. Just over 6 minutes to play now. That was a good 30-second break for the sub. Thrown in for Denisha Adams. Trying to turn. Top of the box. Cheney. This is dangerous for Oregon, but Tharp able to make the play. Can't clear it, though. Denisha Adams off the left. There to help is Darcy Gardner. Goal kick, says our referee, Ali Mohebi. He's had a lot to do tonight. 85th minute. Oregon 1, UCLA 1. Lindstrom wins the header. Very easily over Mansfield as well. But Dobrinsky able to win the ball off Denisha Adams. Now Allison Newton. Wide for Sweeney. Here come the Ducks. Newton re-entering a few minutes ago. She was given a break. Jen Cameron was the one to make way, it appears. May have been after the goal. Mansfield back in defensive midfield. Teresa Bounds, the attacking midfielder right now. Ducks back in their 4-4-2. It's a shot from Buick. It's over the top. So the Ducks drop to the 4-5-1 after going up a goal. They lose one. They switch back to a 4-4-2, although Buick is certainly spending plenty of time defending. Not necessarily her strength. She's had to work at that this year, says her head coach, Tara Erickson. Pushed by Lindstrom. Free kick for the Ducks. Under 5 minutes to play now. The 86th minute in a tie game. Oregon and the number 3 team in the nation, UCLA. Rihanna Mansfield harassed by DiMartino. Nicole Garvin back from Mansfield. There's a chance for it wide. Darcy Gardner wants this ball. Oster going to take it herself. The shot takes a deflection. That took the sting out of it. And Henderson has it easily. Darcy Gardner desperate for possession. In space on the wing, it never came. Long clearance from Henderson. Dobrinsky wins an important header. Gardner, you can see the legs there, letting her down a bit. She looks awfully tired. Couldn't get to it in time. Throw in for the Bruins. 4 minutes to play. McCall Zerboni DiMartino. Step up by Gardner. Now Dobrinsky wins the ball. And now Nicole Garvin trying to chase. The Garvin has the ball. She's 1-on-3. Has Buick off to her left. She's wide open. Doesn't see her. Garvin now going to run towards the corner. No support coming. She gets knocked down. It's a free kick for the Ducks just outside the box. 87th minute. And here's the chance for Oregon. Teresa Bounds will be the one to take it. Ducks pushing some numbers forward here. 6 in the box. A 7th lurking outside. It's Darcy Gardner all the way on the left. 3 in the wall here for UCLA. Teresa Bounds sends it in. Henderson is out. She's got the catch. Solid hands there from the number 1 goalkeeper for the UCLA Bruins. Played early for DiMartino. Great play by Dobrinsky to take it back. 3 minutes to go in the game. Dobrinsky, service in for Garvin. It's loose as Henderson knocks it away. Charging is Newton, but the clearance from Davis. Henderson was out to get it. If Garvin could have just redirected that on frame, it most likely would have been a goal. Great ball from Dobrinsky. 88th minute. 2 minutes 40 seconds to be precise left to play. In for Lindstrom. Clearance only as far as Sweeney. Brought down by Zerboni. And she'll put it out of play, an Oregon throw. Ducks and Bruins tied at 1. Oregon looking for the miraculous game winner. Bounce, flicked on. Buick turns inside. Melissa Buick's going to shoot. That's high. Buick not shy running forward. Freshman from Alamo, California. A great nose for goals is Tara Erickson. Just can't keep those down. Henderson the clearance. 2 minutes to play. Who's going to win that ball in the middle? Denisha Adams, and now the Bruins a chance to turn and run on goal. Adams, around 1, around 2, slips it through for Cheney, had it blocked. Dobrinsky a second time able to hold the ball. Sliding in is Lindstrom to take it back. Bit of a scramble for it now. Slip through here, and we're going to get a whistle and a card here on Denisha Adams. Yellow card for Denisha Adams. It comes in the 89th minute. And I wasn't looking at the play. I was following the ball, but she obviously did something bad. Letting her emotions get the better of her there. Threw an arm out. 1 minute, 35 seconds to go. Adams joins Cheney in the book. Both of them getting yellow cards tonight. And now Chatfield will send this forward. Ducks were lucky there because DiMartino was running forward when the whistle came. Chatfield, not a very good ball. Zerboni has it. Ducks have to track back here, but Sweeney wins the pass and knocks it forward again. Flicked on there, drops to the ground, whistle. Flag is up for offside on Melissa Buick. Just over a minute to play. Is overtime in the cards for the 3rd consecutive home game for the Oregon Ducks. We're 70 seconds away from that fate. Calvert for the Bruins, tied at 1 with Oregon. Play to the far side. DiMartino settles, working on Sweeney. This is actually Davis into the box towards Cheney. Tharp just throwing enough of a shoulder there to keep Cheney off the ball. This is DiMartino now to get it in the corner. 45 seconds to go. DiMartino working on Darcy Gardner. Forcing her back to the corner. Plays it along the end line. Adams, first there. Drops it off. DiMartino into the box. And the shot is saved off the line by Dylan Tharp. Still loose in the box. Dobrinsky will clear. Dylan Tharp saving that off the line after Chatfield was beat. 23 seconds left. Here comes Danny Oster the other way for Oregon. 20 seconds remaining. 15 seconds. Oster running out of gas. Working on Calvert. 13 seconds left. Needs to send it in. Does. It's blocked. Buick, 10 seconds. Her shot is blocked. Last gasp chance. Teresa Bounds not going to get one off. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. That's it. We're going to overtime. What a game here in Eugene. And it's not done yet. Dylan Tharp clearing Christina DiMartino shot off the line. It took a deflection. Chatfield was beat. She was down on the ground, and Tharp had to block it with her chest. Holy smokes, what a game. And we'll play as much as 20 minutes more. Sudden death overtime. Allison Newton in the 63rd brought it in off the left into the box from a tight angle. Looked like she was crossing it. Instead, it curled in the upper right-hand corner over Valerie Henderson. The Ducks had the lead. 15 minutes later, on a scramble in front, an attempted clearance from Darcy Garner came off of, we think, Blake Zerboni and deflected back into the net. A fluke goal for the Bruins, but they count all the same. And then chances for both teams in the final minutes. Yellow cards tonight for Lauren Cheney in the 15th minute and Tanisha Adams in the 89th. And now we'll sit and catch our breath for 4 minutes before restarting play. This is the Ducks' 5th overtime game this year, their 3rd in Pac-10 play, and their 3rd consecutive home game. A 1-0 win against Portland State back on September 29th. Another win over Oregon State in their last home game, and a pair of scoreless draws with the Washington State Cougars 3 weeks ago and California 1 week ago. The Bruins this year have gone to overtime only once. It was against USC on October 15th. They won that game 2-1. And now, overtime will decide this one, win, lose, or draw. And again, here's what's on offer. For the Bruins, if they win, would clinch their 4th straight Pac-10 title. They would become the first Pac-10 team to win 4 titles in a row. Even a draw would clinch at least a share of the title, depending on what Stanford does against Cal on Sunday. For Oregon, a win would completely assure them an NCAA tournament bid for the first time in history. A draw would probably do that as well, and in fact, even with a loss, a result against USC or even not, they're probably in. But Oregon wants to be absolutely sure when they sit and watch the tournament field announced Monday at noon on ESPN News that their name will be included. Here's some statistics now at the end of 90 minutes. Bruins out shooting Oregon 13-9 in that second half for a game total of 20-16. Of the Bruins, 20 shots, 4 on target. For the Ducks, 16 shots, 6 on target. Jesse Chatfield has been forced to make 3 saves. Valerie Henderson 4, and there's 1 save that's been credited as a team save. I think that might be Oregon's team save. UCLA, 3 corner kicks to the Ducks, 1 in the second half. Game totals of 4-3 in favor of the Bruins. And UCLA, 17 fouls tonight, 7 for the Ducks, and of course, those 2 yellow cards. On the Blake Zerboni goal, they've given the assist to Christina DiMartino. So it goes down in the books unless they find something looking at the video to change that. As Blake Zerboni in the 78th minute with her first goal of the year. Christina DiMartino with her 5th assist of the year. That ties Briston Davis for the team lead. Another result to pass along tonight. It finishes tied at 2 in overtime between Arizona and Washington. So this is the lone outstanding result for the evening's play. You can just imagine what the tension's going to be like when we restart play, how much this win means to both teams, and how crushing a loss would be for either team. For the Bruins, it would be their first Pac-10 loss in 2 years. They've won 16 straight games dating back to the final weekend in 2004. For the Ducks, it would be just their 3rd ever win over a ranked team, and the highest ranked team they've ever beaten. They beat Arizona earlier this year, and the Wildcats were ranked 24th. They beat the Bruins in 1999 when they were ranked 20th. This would by far eclipse those, especially given the postseason implications. And the facts that the Ducks, with a point tonight, would clinch. Well, I take that back. USC is now 1 point back, so the Ducks, a win, if they can take it, would clinch 3rd place at least in the Pac-10. A draw, and they'd still be battling for USC for that third place spot on Sunday. The team's back out in the field. We're ready to restart play here in overtime. For the Ducks, Chatfield and net. Same back four of Sweeney, Gardner, Dobrinsky, and Tharp. Oster on the right side of midfield, Newton the left. Cameron is back in, playing with Mansfield in the center of midfield. Tiffany Smith re-enters to play with Nicole Garbutt up top. For the Bruins, Cheney and Adams up top, DiMartino right behind, Blake Zerboni on the left. Ducks in the green, UCLA the white. And we're underway. We'll catch up the rest of the Bruin lineup as we go. Calvert playing as the left back right now. Wilmeth has moved central. Cook in a battle there with Nicole Garvin, and there's a whistle and a foul. No one realized it, and everyone kind of groans when the shot is saved by Henderson, but the play was dead. Actually, Calvert is playing the left side of midfield. Wilmeth is the left back. It's Hardy and Cook in the middle. And on the right appears to be Davis, and indeed it is. Lindstrom there in the midfield as well to round out the 11. Smith flicked on header, couldn't get it to Garvin. Davis towards Denisha Adams. Turns, stood up by Danielle Sweeney. The Ducks back four has done a magnificent job tonight, corralling Denisha Adams and Lauren Cheney. But of course, there's still as many as 20 minutes left for that to fall away to nothing. All the players on the benches on the far side standing up, watching this game nervously. Most of the coaches doing the same as well. Tara Erickson will usually just sit and watch a match. Rarely does she stand up. Well, she's standing now. Tharp, clearance on that one. That's over Lindstrom. And it's given away. Nicole Garvin has it. Doesn't have any numbers, though. Cuts inside Lindstrom. And now Garvin for Rihanna Mansfield. Has Newton wide on the left. And goes there now. Allison Newton trying to cut inside. Puts it back on her left. Newton to the back post. That's over the top. Actually came to the near post again. I'm convinced that she's crossing for Tiffany Smith. Instead is taking the shot there. Newton not shy coming off the left. That was a very similar situation to how she scored her goal. We've played 2 minutes here in the overtime period. Mansfield and now Lindstrom. A long boot up the pinch, and it's Zerboni in chase. Tharp has to make a decision. Flicks it only as far as Lauren Cheney. Tharp there to break up the play. What a great night from her. Her clearance, though, broken up by Wilmeth. And now Lindstrom in the midfield. Adams. Tharp there to help with Dobrinsky, and it's going to be a foul on the Ducks. Denisha Adams, thoughts of restarting quickly. Tharp was right in front of her to stop the ball, and a free kick in a great position here for the Bruins in the 3rd minute of our first overtime period. Denisha Adams is the player over it. Adams going to go for a goal. It's slicing. It's wide and high. And she'll get some taunts now from the Oregon fans. The crowd is thinned just a little bit. The rain has stopped now. It's getting cool. A little bit of a breeze blowing. Field is still plenty wet. Chatfield, long clearance. Popped in the air, and now Calvert to come get it. Plays it quickly. Denisha Adams in chase. She's got the speed to get around Dobrinsky, waving her hands in the air to prove to the referee she's not using her body to get around her. Actually, Washington has defeated Arizona 3-2. That was not a final we gave you. That was just an update in overtime. So the Huskies win tonight up in Seattle. That doesn't matter, though. Cheney taken away. And the Ducks will bring it forward. Now for Tiffany Smith from Jen Cameron. Cuts around Davis and drops it off. This is Sweeney. Central ball, Cameron. Here comes Cheney. And back for Danielle Sweeney. Just over 6 minutes to go in the first overtime period. Poor touch from Sweeney. And Davis, a long clearance. Tharp, kind of a heavy touch, but she'll get back to it in time. Now Nicole Garvin will look to turn. Lindstrom right off her hip. Poked away. It's going to run into touch. It's going to be an Oregon throw. Bruins out shooting the Ducks 22-16 right now. Gardner for Garbin. Back towards Oster. Calvert is there. And now Hardy the clearance. Tharp. for Danielle Sweeney. Tiffany Smith in a battle to hold possession. Under pressure from Cook, drops it off. Sweeney, first time ball to the top of the box. Garvin brings it down, doesn't have the angle to turn though. Working on Wilmoth. Over to help was DiMartino. Now Oster has Gardner on an overlap. Danny Oster brings this one in herself. The shot is blocked though. Put it right into the back leg of Aaron Hardy. Clearance only as far as Cameron, who pops it up in the air. Darcy Gardner able to win it around Zerboni. Things a bit ragged just now. Halfway through our first overtime period. In Eugene, Oregon 1, UCLA 1. Blake Zerboni, the goal scorer for the Bruins. Christina DiMartino into space there. That was Davis. She was being held onside by Dylan Tharp, but the pass was blocked. Lindstrom, a great challenge to win it back off Sweeney. Ball over the top. Cheney and Chase Chatfield is out of her box and is able to clear to Tiffany Smith. Smith a hip feint, but gives it away. A poor ball trying to drop it off for Allison Newton. Next goal wins. And if no one scores in 14 minutes and change, it's a draw. Cheney, inside ball. DiMartino, broken up as she tried to go to Adams. Calvert has it now. Back for DiMartino. Off the left angle for a shot, but it slices off her left and is high. Danny Oster was slow to slide over and mark up DiMartino. It was DiMartino who created the Bruins goal. She almost had the winner right at the death, but for Dylan Tharp saving off the line with her chest. Chatfield slipped in the clearance there. Looks a bit shaken up there. Here comes DiMartino. Put it too far in front and Tharp will clear. All the pressure on the Oregon end right now. Cook. Brought down by Zerboni. Chatfield's in a bit of pain right now. A little bit of a limp. Headed ball in. She's out to get that one, though. She slipped on the goal kick and may have turned something. Doesn't look to be all there physically. Can't afford any slip-ups, though. And that punt, not much on it. High in the air, but it didn't go too far. But Adams, the header, and it goes for Rihanna Mansfield. 3 minutes to go in the first overtime. Garvin almost a chance to run on. Blocks the attempted clearance. Solid play from Hardy to win the header for Calvert. Tharp, a step up there, physical stuff to win it. Runs by it, and here comes the whistle. Lauren Cheney commits the foul. And Ali Mohebi, our referee, rightly there, waiting to see if an advantage would develop. When it didn't, blew the whistle. Doesn't want to hear too much of Cheney's protest either. Jen Cameron to play this free kick in. Cameron plays it short for Garvin on the right, and here come the Bruins to mark her up. Into the box there, it chips Henderson, played off the post, still in play, great save by Henderson to knock it off the crossbar. Garvin almost beat Valerie Henderson on a chip from the right edge of the area, and she just got a whisper of a touch to play it off the crossbar. My goodness, that was close. 2 minutes to go in the first overtime. Danielle Sweeney on the corner kick, plays it in, header away there by Cook. Cameron trying to get there first, blocked by DiMartino. She wants a handball, not going to get it, and it's cleared out. The rule says the player has to deliberately handle the ball, and DiMartino did not deliberately handle it. Ducks have a throw. Nicole Garvin denied by the crossbar there. It would have been the winning goal. Keep in mind the Bruins twice hit the frame of the goal in that second half. Cheney once putting it right off the crossbar when she probably should have scored. Adams wins it off Cameron. Now DiMartino in space and time for the Bruins. Christina DiMartino around Nicole Dobrinsky. Now gets stood up. The flag is up. Lauren Cheney running through. Darcy Gardner stepping up at the last second. Just over a minute to go in our first overtime period. Ducks have had the best chance of overtime. Nicole Garvin just then. Chatfield now not getting much on these free kicks right now. Long ball back towards Adams. Dobrinsky with her left. Mansfield, it's knocked down. Cameron first there. 45 seconds to go in our first overtime. Allison Newton. Center ball towards Nicole Garvin. Drops it off for Darcy Gardner. She's got space and time to think about this one. Garvin desperately wants it back. Instead, it goes wide for Oster. 30 seconds left in the first overtime. Oster into the box. Only player there is Erin Hardy. And she's got time to think about this one. 20 seconds to go in the first overtime. Here comes DiMartino. Ducks are caught out here. Ball over the top for Adams. It'll roll through to Chatfield just barely. Dobrinsky was a track star in high school, but she's been burned a couple times by Tanisha Adams. One of those times, Adams touched it over Chatfield, but clicked it off the outside of the post. And Chatfield will see out the time. 90 minutes couldn't separate them. Neither could an extra 10. So we'll put 10 more back on the board. A 2-minute break to let them catch their breath and get some water. Nicole Garvin there. That chip shot from the right corner of the box. Valerie Henderson just barely touching it off the crossbar. I don't know how much she jumped. It's just kind of lunged backwards to try to get to it. It definitely caught her out. And Garvin unlucky to not have that be her career record 30-second goal. So again, if UCLA is able to get the goal in overtime, they've clinched their 4th straight Pac-10 championship. They've clinched the automatic berth to the NCAA tournament. If Oregon is to win, they would clinch no worse than 3rd place in the conference and would certainly, without a doubt, assure themselves of an NCAA tournament bid just in case they don't have it already. But if they are to win, they can pull back on the gas a little bit against USC. If the Ducks fall, Tara Erickson saying they'll likely really go for it on Sunday. A reminder, on Sunday, Oregon taking on USC. Our pregame will start here on the Ozone at 12:45 p.m. And we'll kick it off at 1 as the Ducks honor their seniors. Emily Marr, Rachel Greshkin, Kate Nelson, who was forced to retire her playing career and is now a volunteer assistant. And, of course, Nicole Garvin. And you'll hear from Garvin at halftime of that game. But still 10 minutes to go tonight, and the teams are retaking the field. You can hear the fans now. UCLA don't appear to have made any changes. Wilmoth, Hardy, Cook. Actually looks like Calvert is back on the left side of the defense. Blake Zerboni, Lindstrom, DiMartino in the midfield, trying to see who's out on the left. That's Davis. Cheney and Adams up top. Ducks are unchanged to start the second overtime period. Ball in towards Lauren Cheney. 14 goals in 14 games this year. Garvin takes it off of Lauren Wilmoth, and she'll come the other way. Tiffany Smith ahead of her. That ball's behind her, though. And Calvert tracks back to get it. Long ball here towards Adams, but closer to Nicole Dobrinsky. Cameron almost caught out in possession and gives it away. Sweeney can't track that down. A throw for the Bruins as they build the pressure. Blake Zerboni scored the goal to tie the game in the 78th minute. DiMartino had the assist on it for Adams. Broken up by Darcy Gardner, and Sweeney will clear only as far as Wilmoth. Smith back to get it. Bit of a shove there on Lindstrom. We play on, and here comes Tiffany Smith. Trying to slip it through for Garvin. Didn't have the right angle. Didn't have the right pace, and it rolls through to Valerie Henderson. 60 seconds gone of the 10. Oster a touch, but it goes right to Calvert. Again for Adams. Flicked on here. It's a foot race. Lauren Cheney has it. Overlap there from Zerboni. The shot is over the top from Lauren Cheney. It took a deflection, though. And it's a corner kick for UCLA. Their 5th of the game. 90 seconds gone here in our second and final overtime period. Everyone on their feet on the far touchline. Not too many in the stands, though. Too much nervousness, I'm sure. Briston Davis is over to take it. 1 goal, 2 assists in her career against the Oregon Ducks. The senior will be joined there in the corner by Lauren Wilmoth. but it's going to be Davis to take it. Everybody back for Oregon. Davis sends it into the back post. Chatfield stays at home. That's out over the end line, as was Lindstrom's header. Goal kick for Oregon. Under 8 minutes left in the game. Oregon and UCLA tied at 1 here in our second of 2 overtime periods. Allison Newton for the Ducks in the 63rd. Blake Zerboni for the Bruins in the 78th. Off of Chatfield's goal kick, it's Zerboni to win the ball. Doesn't play as often as her sister McCall, who I think may have been injured some tonight. Came off fairly early. He's been playing a lot tonight. Long ball from Dobrinsky, and that's out into touch. It'll be Calvert to throw it back into play. Flicked on by Zerboni. Gardner, not the touch she wanted, and Lindstrom knocks it high in the air. Dobrinsky a header. It came off Cheney's hand, but again, it wasn't deliberate. Here comes Danny Oster anyway. Oster some space in time. Here comes Cook to meet her. Oster now, bit too slow, loses possession. Took too much time there, surveying her options. And it's cleared back up the pitch. Cameron the header. Popped in the air by Lindstrom, and that'll run out for an Oregon throw. 6.5 minutes to go in overtime. Darcy Gardner to come take it. Thrown in towards Mansfield, trying to turn, knocked away by Lindstrom. It falls for Nicole Garvin. Here's a chance for Mansfield on her left to shoot, but Henderson has plenty of time to track it, and she'll make the save. That's Mansfield's off foot. She certainly has power to score from that range, but with her right, not with her left. Mansfield a header this time. Smith a header. Broken up by Wilmoth. Adams can't get the touch. Dobrinsky in the air. Tanisha Adams back to get it. Sweeney off her hip. Wilmoth, that comes off of Mansfield. Now Newton a touch. Sweeney wants to run forward. Instead, it's back for Dobrinsky. Not a good first touch. Ducks have to be careful here. They don't get caught in possession. Cameron, though, composed stuff. Gets it to Danny Oster, working on Lindstrom. Now for Nicole Garvin. Bit of a bump. Where's the ball? It's right behind her. Smith's in the box. Garvin towards the end line. Trying to serve it in. Takes a deflection. Still loose, and there's no green shirts in the area. And it's cleared out by Davis. Adams, a flick on. Ducks got to be careful here when they press the numbers 4. They don't get caught out the other end. With Tanisha Adams and Lauren Cheney, two of the better attacking players in the nation, charging forward. Lindstrom came off her foot wrong. Gardner, Mansfield, thinking about it. Mansfield still thinking about it. Wants it on her right. Chance to shoot, had it blocked. Took too much time. Bodies go down. Whistle, foul, and it's on Oregon. Mansfield again just taking a little bit too much time. Henderson plays it quickly, and here come the Bruins. Long ball over the top. This is Zerboni. You can see the tired legs now. Working on Gardner. Under 5 minutes to go in our second overtime period. Lindstrom into the box. Adams working on Tharp. Trying to turn. Slips it through for DiMartino, but it runs away from her. And Chatfield out to get it. Bruins out shooting the Ducks 24-17 right now. Chatfield a better punt, but again, she comes up lame afterwards. She has definitely done something to her ankle or her knee. It'll have to be looked at tomorrow before the Ducks play Sunday. Here's DiMartino, though. Cheney wants the ball. DiMartino keeps it. Now it's Cheney. Chance to shoot if she can get it on her right. Has the shot blocked by Dylan Tharp and out into touch. Didn't get much behind it anyway. Ducks want to change here. 4 minutes left in overtime. Referee doesn't see it. Throw is intercepted by Newton. Plays it off of Wilmoth, and here comes the sub. It's Teresa Bounds to replace Rihanna Mansfield. Bounds is in there for one reason and one reason only. That's to score a goal. With those chances that Mansfield has been getting. Instead gives it away with her first touch. But gets it back with her second. Just plays into the empty space. 3.5 minutes to go. Here in the game, one way or the other. Oregon and UCLA tied at 1 in our second overtime period. Long ball here up the wing for the Bruins. Tharp there to get it. Flicked on. by Oster. Tiffany Smith trying to run on. It's back for Henderson. Not a very good first touch, but she'll get rid of it in time. That slices off and a throw for Oregon in the Bruins attacking third. Henderson was all out of sorts on that one. Under 3 minutes to go. Teresa Bounds with the throw. Where's it going to go? In for Nicole Garvin. Turns her man. Garvin back post. It's a goal! Nicole Garvin has scored. Oregon has beaten UCLA. Nicole Garvin, the all-time goal-scoring leader. The Ducks will be playing in the NCAA tournament for the first time ever. Garvin takes the ball from the stands. She had a friend throw her a mini soccer ball. She had a Sharpie in her sock. She signs the ball, throws it back into the stands, and now is going to join her teams in celebration. It goes down in the 108th minute. Nicole Garvin, unassisted, goal number 32 of her career, the most ever by an Oregon player. The Ducks beat the number 3 team in the nation, the UCLA Bruins, 2-1 in overtime. The third time they've ever beaten a ranked team, the highest ranked team they've ever beaten. They will now, without a doubt, be in the NCAA tournament. They have clinched, at the very worst, third place in the Pac-10 after being picked by the conference's coaches to finish last. UCLA loses their first Pac-10 game in 17, their first in 2 years. Bruins dropping on the season to 16-3-0, their first Pac-10 loss of the year. They're 7-1-0 as the Ducks dance now in celebration. Oregon improves to 11-6-2, 5-1-2 in Pac-10 play. They'll finish the season in a valedictory game against the USC Trojans. 7 o'clock will be on the air with you from 12:45 as the Duck players now slide in the wet grass in celebration. Allison Newton for Oregon in the 63rd minute made it 1-0. Blake Zerboni on a botched clearance knocked it in to tie the game for UCLA in the 78th, and with chances of plenty in the minutes afterwards, Nicole Garvin, 108th minute, with the goal to get the win. What a game it's been. He'll be back with you on Sunday afternoon, the biggest win in Oregon's program history. What a game tonight. Bruins back in action Sunday against Oregon State. 12:45 is our start time on Sunday. We thank all of you for joining us tonight. Final score in overtime, Oregon 2, third-ranked UCLA 1. For Greg Walker, our SID, Kenton Olson, our onsite engineer, I'm John Strong saying from all of us to all of you, wherever you may be, good night.